Hey everyone, welcome back to Homegrown Passion. Today's video is going to be an update on everything that I got going on here in the greenhouse. I'm going to talk about my production totals for my strawberries for 2023 and what changes we're going to do for 2024 in the high tunnel. We'll talk about the tomatoes and how they're doing, the peppers and the production on the cucumbers, and show you every little thing else I have growing on in here. So stay tuned. I am so excited to show you guys the microgreens that we started. It's in another video that we just did last week, so I wanted to show you what we weren't able to harvest yet because it wasn't quite ready. So these are my pea shoots, and I like the little tentacle things off the top of these, so I'm going to harvest these today, and we are going to make egg foo young. Because my ladies, my hens, there are 6 of them, they're laying 6 eggs a day, so I'm going to make some wonderful egg foo young. The broccoli here, I'm going to wait another day or so because I do like it a little bigger. And now let me show you the other micro broccoli I started, and I really let this go. Now this will be my second harvest off of this because I've been able to always get 2 harvests off of them, and when I do that tonight, it's going to go into some pasta for tomorrow night's dinner. So here are the tomato plants. They've been leaned and lowered twice, pollinating every day, been keeping all the bottom leaves off and all the suckers. And there's one guy down here. Look at this, he's getting ripe. And you know who's going to eat that one? That's going to be mine. I'm going to make a nice sandwich with him. Here are my newest bell peppers. They're a couple months old. They're all the colored bells, but they haven't started changing yet. And these guys are just loaded with huge peppers on here. So really excited to see which ones are which color because I forgot to mark them down on the tag. So I got a mismatch in here of yellow, orange, and red ones. So over here are my big plants that have been in production since October. And so far, if I remember correctly, it's about 350 peppers I've harvested off of these. Not too bad. So here are the cucumbers. See, we got a little maintenance to do on these guys, get these little tentacle things off. But you can tell they're growing up over and coming back down again. And we're keeping the bottom leaves off of them to keep the airflow. And I think so far I've got 173 off of these guys in 4 weeks of production. We've been picking them pretty hard to keep the production up, and they should keep going for another month. So here's what I have in my nursery channels for my CSA production. I have dandelions and I have endive. And over here, endive and dandelions, it's just have the half tray, so I like to keep them covered up so the algae doesn't grow. So the dandelions probably should go in the NFT channels about 3 or 4 days. These will be another week or so. The endive does grow a lot slower. And if you're wondering what's back here, these were extra pepper plants and stuff that I had growing. Didn't want to quite throw them out because I wasn't sure what was going to happen in the beetle buckets, but everybody in the beetle buckets is doing well, so these guys are going to get tossed out. So here is next week's harvest for my CSA program, Chinook. Talked about it a few times because it tastes like carrots and I enjoy growing it, and it seems to go over well in the boxes. So here's the plant that everybody always thinks I have a nutrient deficiency because it always is a little bit yellow, but that's the way it should be. It's the Tocobacana, the Chinese open head cabbage. Last time I grew it for my CSA program, I did it the baby size. This time I'm going to do it the full size where you get the white stalks and you get all the crunchy parts, so that's really good. You can put it in salads and in soup, so it's a little bit more versatile. So here's my trial of Napa cabbage. I thought I'd try again this winter. They seem to be doing pretty good here in the low light. It'll probably take a few more weeks before I can tell if they're going to take off or not. So here's the bok choy I showed a few weeks ago in a video when I had the fennel growing here and all the fronds were going over it and it was all stunted in growth. So I'm still growing it for us, and look how good that is. And that's something else I'm going to put into the egg foo young tonight. So over here I have red cloud. It is 14 days old, so it's been in the channel here for about a week. So it's starting to come along. It is supposed to be red, but we hadn't had much sunlight lately, so it's kind of a little brownish color. But if I get a couple sunny days, it's amazing how fast these guys will get red and brilliant. I showed you a little bit ago the bok choy I had grown on the other side of the greenhouse. Well, this is the same bok choy at a week old, and you can tell I try to just get 3 or 4 seeds in each one of the cubes. Sometimes it's a little difficult to do that with my hand seeding. So as I planted these, and I should have taken a video, I don't know why I didn't. I had to actually pluck out a few of the plants because if you get too many in there, it won't form a nice little bulb at the end of it. And you just get a bunch of leaves and everything. So just keep that in mind if you're ever seeding bok choys. So let's go ahead and take these pea shoots into the head house there and get them harvested. Okay, got my hands washed, ready to harvest these pea shoots. So I had bought these trays to store my strawberries in They worked out really good, but then I started putting them in the crispers. And I thought, oh, these would be cool to store the microgreens in. So that's what I'm going to do today. So let's go ahead and get these guys harvested. I am going to cut them pretty low so I get as much as I can off of these, because I don't mind the stems on these, as I said at the other ones I don't like. So just like before, just kind of pull them up, set them down in there. Oops. Then I always go back and clean up and get the ones I missed. Could smell the peas. Couple I missed. Ready? So I'm not going to compost this. Going to take it up to the chickens. They really enjoy it. But I wanted to show you the roots because it's always amazing to see this. Look at that. Isn't that cool? So let me weigh these out and I'll come back and let you know how much we got. So I got 6.5 ounces here. And the cost for growing these is about the same that I had in my last video with the radishes, and it was under $5. So it's very economical to do this. I am going to go out now and harvest those the bigger broccolis that I was showing you, but you guys have seen that before, so I'm going to end it here, and then I'm going to take you guys out into the high tunnel. Well, I'm out here in the high tunnel, and I'm sad to say these guys are probably going to get turned off here pretty soon. They're just not producing like they were, but they really did a lot for me this year. I was able to harvest 878 pounds off of them. I think I'm going to get one more off of here because I'm turning everything off, so there's a few more in here before it freezes, because I think we're going up to 37 tomorrow, so they should keep going for another couple days, but this is the end of them. So what we're going to do is let everything freeze, clean everything out, clean up everything off the floor, move everything into one side, clean it, sanitize it, and then rearrange them a little bit, because right now I got such big spaces in between here that I could actually have more growing space for the strawberries, and I really do enjoy doing them. So we are going to have another row next year with bags on it, and we're not going to do it on the wood like we were, because the bags, when they leak out, it goes on the wood, and I was getting a lot of algae growth, and I don't like that kind of stuff. So Doug's got some ideas to do that. And then we also went to an auction. Well, it was an online auction for a greenhouse that I used to go to for the past 25 years. They produce flowers, and they had the best hanging baskets. The place is huge, but they decided to retire, and they did an online auction, and I was able to get, at a really good price, a whole ballot. I think it's 33 bags of perlite, and then I got 2 skids of peat moss that I'm going to use for my growing medium next year. So I'm really excited about that I have all that ready in the works to get this done. I'm going to order today or tomorrow all the plants to get these guys in early, because I want to get them started in March, because we are going to hang the heaters so we can get things going here a lot faster. So there's going to be a lot of changes for 2024 here in the high tunnel. Going to be a lot more growing, a lot more grow bags, because I noticed off the grow bags that the strawberries do get a little bit bigger than they do off of the beetle buckets. Don't get as many off of it, but you do get the bigger ones off of there. So I do want to have everything going here, so if somebody wants a bunch of big ones to do for chocolate or whatever, that we'll be able to provide that to them. So I hope you guys like what we're doing in here, and like always, leave me any questions, comments, and suggestions down below, and don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys next video. I am so excited. I bid on these baskets in the auction, and I won them. Look how cool these things are. Can't wait to fill them up with flowers. I also got enough peat moss and perlite to do all my strawberries for the next 2 years.